Welcome back, guys. This is Check After Check. I'm Hadeem, man. This is a special episode. I actually have an update with two of my good men. My man Malik, CEO Family, good, and you got Dorian over here, the thirsty one. Man, you know, I one thing about this channel that we wanted to do, we kind of wanted to, you know, revisit some of the guys from previous episodes and see, you know, what new stuff they might be on or how to continue in their journey. So, you know, today that's just what it's going to be about. So yeah, let's get into it, man. So, you know, guys, I know, you know, we kind of spoke briefly on some of the, you know, side hustle type things you guys got going on. I mean, how's everything going? You know, with just the extra curriculars.
I would say everything going good, man. Everything is going. It's going. You know what I'm saying? Working every day, basically. Like, gotta be working on something every day. I can't say everything going perfect because that's not the case. But I don't think that's ever gonna be the case either. So
I know we talked last time. You were talking about, I guess, you know, the detailing business that you kind of kicked off. How's that treat you?
I mean, that's going all right. The detailing is not even really a business. It's kind of just like a side hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to keep some money in my pocket, like extra money, because like I gotta be doing something for real all the time. So it's like, if I need the money, why not make the extra money? So that's kind of what that is. I plan on, honestly, like, depending on where it go, I plan on actually just putting some money into it and making it a real business though. But not me actually doing it though. Like, having other detailers and
setting up the kind of the groundwork.
Yeah, basically set up the foundation. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, nothing wrong with that, man. Dorian, what's new on your side, man?
I don't even know.
Well, you got a new job, you?
Same. Oh yeah, I just got a new job. But other than that, same thing like Malik said. You know, progress, slowly but surely. But I got some other stuff I'm looking into, looking at.
Now, Malik, man, you know, you recently, you know, stopped working at your main job, man. I mean, how do you think that's affected you in terms of all this other stuff you're trying to get going off the ground?
To be honest, it's better.
You say it's better?
It was unexpected, but at the same time, it's like it gave me more time. Like, now I can get up and focus on my shit versus having to spend however many 8-9 fucking hours working on somebody else's shit. Like, don't get me wrong, it was sudden, so it was like
wasn't ideal, man.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but I mean, I look at it like, bro, it's all in God's plan, bro. Like, something good coming. Like, I'm not tripping about that. Like, I didn't want to be there anyway.
Like, when you really got down, there's something about when you know, either you get fired or you quit a job and you get home and that really tell you whether you like the job or not. Like, you got one or two emotions, like, man, I fucked up, or like I never liked that place.
Bro, I did.
It'd be so
I didn't like that job.
It'd be like, yo,
bro, I used to.
I don't have to go back. Like, I would never. I don't have to go back.
Bro.
I don't have to visit them. I don't like them like that.
I don't have to talk to them.
Right.
None of that. You and me, like bro, when it first happened, I'm like, alright.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that.
It's unexpected. Like, it's not ideal. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, I'm gonna make something shake, bro. I didn't want to beat it. Like, it's crazy because I was literally on FaceTime with my grandmother. But like, before everything happened, like, I was literally like probably like 3 hours before that, and I had told my grandmother, like, I don't want to be here. Like, I gotta hurry up and do what I gotta do to quit this job. Like, I don't even want to be here.
Maybe your manager was walking by and like, oh, okay.
I was in the car. I was in the car. I was in the car, bro.
Okay, let's get this paperwork on.
Malik.
Yo, man.
It's crazy though. It's crazy how that happened though, and then it just, you know what I'm saying?
I think that kind of speaks to the importance of working on yourself, because I think that the overall feeling, if you didn't have something that you were working on for yourself and you get fired, you might be in a situation where you like, you know, what do I do now? Or like, you know,
for sure, like,
you know, swimmer, you know what I'm saying? Maybe more of a feeling of hopelessness, but like when it's just like when you got other side stuff, even if it's not where you want to be, at least you got something you can kind of like focus on, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, you already got something like kind of built, even if it's like small, like it's still something.
Right, exactly.
You got something to turn to versus somebody that get fired, bro. They don't got nothing.
Out of nowhere. Now you're trying to send off the resume to places.
That's why you can't depend on a person.
Personally.
You can't depend on nobody else to make money make your money.
Exactly.
Nah,
for sure,
man, ain't nobody gonna look at your pockets like you are.
But now that's why I be telling people all the time, like, bro, stop getting so comfortable and stop being so dependent on these jobs and then living paycheck to paycheck and shit. Because, bro, that shit could be over.
Over quick.
In a split second, you could be like, you could be the best employee, whatever you think you are, whatever you want to be, bro, and they realize, tell you, all right, yeah, that's it. Whether it's their fault, whether it's your fault.
It's crazy to me how most people don't realize, you know, when in all that paperwork you sign when you start a job, and I know at least in Maryland in general, part of all that paperwork is saying we can fire you whenever and you can quit whenever, you know, at will. So it's like, you know, people kind of just almost forget that, you know, they go to work every day and they feel like, because I've been there 1, 2, 3, 4 years, that, you know, I ain't gonna be the first to go or whatever, but it's just like legally they can say, thanks a lot. You know, they want you to put in 2 weeks though. You know what I'm saying? But they hit you up on Friday talking about some, yeah, man, it's been real. Yeah, man, I mean, you know, options is definitely one of the things. Like I said, do your research on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep learning, because the way that the nigga was explaining it, if you do it right, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was, and then, you know, if you went big on them, you went really big. So, you know, you had Tesla that jumped up, Neo jumped up. I mean, if you had options.
Is Neo still going up?
Not now, but I mean, Neo not too long ago was in the teens. So if you had bought an option for like $20 back then,
dang,
I mean, you'd be sitting pretty right now. So, I mean, there's markets that move, man.
Yeah, you definitely.
Oh shoot, Snapchat was like.
Oh yeah, Snapchat went up too.
It's like almost $40 now. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you had an option in Snapchat, you making a lot of money.
I got the article on my phone. I didn't even read. I just read the headline.
Yeah, so definitely stay abreast with what's going on in the market. And like I said, when you make a bet, just give yourself time to like wiggle out of it if it's not the right way. But I would definitely say that would be the overall strategy. I think what a lot of people make mistakes is, you know, they buy one for Friday and, you know, hope that it goes up, and, you know, maybe it do, and then, you know, if in the worst case if it does, you can just keep doing it, and it's just like, well, the market not necessarily might not move that quick, you know, as you need it to. So that's it, because it's just like if it's not at the strike price or above at a call or at a put. At a call or a put or below, you lose everything. So
the strike, can the strike be determined by the nigga selling the option, or
I mean the strike is just determined by the market. So it's just who's ever buying them at what the contracts and what prices. So it's just like the range is determined by everybody that's buying contracts. So if this guy over here wants it at $1.50 and this guy over here wants it at $2, and this strikes at $1.50, strikes at $2, strikes at, you know. So
okay.
But the overall cost of the strike is dependent upon how far it is away from the price.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So if it's pretty likely that it's going to get there, then it's going to be expensive. The more unlikely it is to get there, the cheaper the contracts are.
So I'm sure you know, but so when I was looking at the options section in Robinhood, like depending on the company or the share, whatever I was looking at, if I switched to call or put, it would turn green or red.
Right.
Why do it change?
Most likely in Robinhood is because of how the price of those contracts change. So if it's green, that means that the price of those contracts went up. So if you had those contracts that, you know, the price of the stock went up, so those contracts prices went up.
Right.
If it's red, then that means that those prices of the contracts went down. Right.
I was thinking that today. I was like, why are these joints changing? Yeah.
So it changed. The price of the contracts changed with the price of the stock. Right. So if you buy a $2 contract when the price is at $1.50, it's gonna be one price. If the price goes up to like $1.90, those $2 ones, them $2 calls will be more expensive because it's very close to it. It's a good chance you win the money. Mm-hmm. Now the dollar ones probably went down because it's further away.
I gotta look at that somewhere when I get home.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal, bro. But that's cool, man. You know, you definitely looking to diversify, and I think that's what's up. And like I said, I mean, I set home with a lot of money, and I'm like, yo, my niggas need to be on to this because this is like ridiculous, like the easiest money I ever made. So that's what's up. I mean, you gotta do some research on it, but in terms of like selling cars and selling stocks, way easier. So yeah, man. I guess just trying to figure out, you know. I know, you know, we talked not too long ago, but as far as your mindsets about just entrepreneurship and everything like that, do you feel like you've had any revelations in the last, you know, since the last time we talked, or are you pretty much still pretty even keel on the objective?
I say, Oh, you can go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was really asking like what you mean.
I just mean like I know you know you were basically saying that you feel like a lot of times people feel like they got a lot of time on their hands or just basically a lot of stuff that you guys were talking about last time. Do you feel like you've had any revelations or anything, any lessons since, as far as working certain strategies that you might have thought would work that don't work or anything like that, something that you tried and.
I feel like for real, I can't really think of anything specifically, like in what I'm working on, but I mean I feel like I learn different stuff every day, so the mindset is still the same, but what I was thinking probably like the last time I recorded and what I'm thinking now is probably different because I done learned stuff in between time. Like I done learned how to maybe do something better, or I done learned, like you said, that some shit ain't work, so I gotta move on to something else. So like,
do you think that you should be quick to change courses, or do you think you should hold on?
Like if something ain't working, bro, and it ain't give me what I wanted to give me, like in a good amount of time that I feel is a good amount of time, bro, I'm ready to do something else. But then again, I also feel like there are those times where you gotta just sit and just hammer at something. It's like an act.
How do you know the difference? Like how do you know when it's time to switch?
I think it's hard. Usually
it's hard, bro. It's really trial and error.
Yeah, I think it's just trial.
It's trial and error. Like you gotta just try stuff. Like as far as like what I'm working on right now, like not even the detail and stuff, but like what I'm really working on, like the multi-million-dollar plan. Like bro, that shit is so difficult because it's like I never did this before. I never been at this stage before. Alright, so like what I'm doing now, I started kind of back in like 2017, but I was never consistent, right? But now that I've been sticking with it and like I've been consistent with it, I didn't like it's trial and error because it's like it's the first time I'm doing it, like really doing it. So like yeah, I can try something just based off what I think may work, but the shit I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I never did it before, so it really just go based off what I may have learned. Like if some shit ain't working in 3-4 months, then sometimes bro, you gotta let it go. But depending on what it is though, I feel like depending on what it is, I feel like you don't know though. You don't know
do you think that you have to enter every situation with an idea of like, okay, I'm gonna give it this much time. If it don't work, then switch, or is it just like you just?
Sometimes I feel like you gotta be realistic too. Like you're not gonna make $1 million in 30 days, bro. If you got $100 in your damn bank account, like be realistic.
I always love that idea. Like I love that idea. I would never tell somebody that it takes no money to make money. But having money makes making money a lot fucking easier.
Exactly.
But also, it is. I think these days though.
I'm not saying you can't do the shit.
Nah, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it with zero money. But you need something. You need something.
I'm just saying.
You need something. You cannot be $0 in the negative. Because everything costs money.
Right.
Literally everything, bro. Us recording this video really costs money. For real. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody gotta edit it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta pay him to do that.
You gotta pay him to edit
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like.
And if it's just like I gotta choose between eating and paying somebody to edit a video, that video probably ain't be edited. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean,
no, I always thought that was cool, and like I said, I think that someone that is broke, I feel like there's nothing wrong with telling that person like, hey, look, you might want to work for a little bit. You might want to work for somebody for a little bit. Get some money saved up. Get an idea of a focus of what you want to do.
I say just have an income for real. Because it's like even if you don't get a job,
but it's just like creating
have some income.
I'm saying creating that income from no money is tough. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, it is unless you know what I'm saying. Unless you doing something, you know what I'm saying. Unless you going the other way. But
I think when I get rich, I might incorporate a give back fund or something to help people with no money.
Bro, I'm gonna do a whole program.
But that's the thing about it. At that point, you a businessman, so you gotta understand what reason they don't have money. If they don't have money,
that's
they
true.
lazy.
I'm gonna vet them. I'm gonna just vet them.
I get it, but
some people like me, I used to have like no money, and I used to like, dang, I wish
someone
I had some money.
Out.
I mean, I would think like, dang, I wish. I mean, yeah, that would be cool, of course, but I would be thinking like, dang, if I had some money, all I need is money. That would help me a whole lot.
I don't know, man.
Money help, but money can also be bad for you too.
I mean, yeah, of course.
You're not the right. You ain't got the right mindset.
That's what I'm saying. I almost
Somebody
feel, I
giving you
almost
something
feel
to
like
fuck you
I
up.
almost feel like the struggle made me better with money.
Right.
Like,
I think that for sure. The natural struggle
like
definitely.
if someone just
That's
came to
the
me
best way to learn.
when I was on my ass, if someone just came to me and gave me like $1,000 or $2,000,
it wouldn't have been the same.
I mean, of course, great for me, right? But it's just
Great for
like,
you at that time.
but it's like, would I have learned what I need to learn?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Would
It's
I
not
have-
gonna be good for you in the long run.
Right,
It's
exactly.
good for
I
you
don't
now,
know.
but not in the long
But
run.
that's just, I think that's the
then
whole.
again, it could have been. You never know, because you might be smart and you may be like,
But that's, I think that's
you know what I'm saying?
that's like
this two
that's like
bands.
one.
I'm gonna take this 2 bands.
I think it just depends on the person.
It depends on the person.
I think
'cause
if somebody just literally said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna write you a check," and for $1 million, I don't think it. I think it will
I'm flipping
help me
that.
more than it will hurt me.
It depends
think
on when
for
you.
some
It depends,
people-
it depends on when you gave me the $1 million. If you
You
gave me
think
$1
if
million
it's right
now,
now?
I'd probably be okay.
Right now, I'll
If
be
you gave
okay.
if you
Yeah,
gave
right
me
now,
18 when I
I'll
was
be okay.
21 or 19,
At 18,
I'd probably be dead. I'd probably
At
be,
16, no.
16 I went broke.
Right. So
16 I went broke.
I think that's the whole one of the whole debates between the Democrats and Republicans is just like Republicans almost want you to do everything standing on 2 feet. That's what they say. This is the rhetoric they give you, and then Democrats, all for the support thing and systems and helping out stuff, and it's just like, it's got to be a certain balance with it.
I don't know. I feel like niggas don't need to be giving no excuses though. Regardless, bro. Whether you got something or you don't, bro, make it happen. Like,
This is crazy. I was just having a
just
conversation
make it happen, bro. Like,
in my group chat about this. About I don't want to get too far off topic, but basically, the main topic came from the stem of is the effects of a man not being in black people, the effects of a father not being in his kid's life, and basically just like how the cycle goes on and breaking the cycle and being a product of your environment. And I was saying bro, no matter where you from, I think anybody can try.
bro, anybody can try and make something happen, bro.
You can't. I'm not gonna go. Like I said, I don't want to go too into details, but niggas was telling me bro, it don't work like that, bro. You can't relate, bro. Bro, it don't matter.
I can.
You can try, bro.
Yeah,
It don't matter
try.
where you come from. You can put some effort to do
You mean
something.
try to be a father? I'm confused.
No. I'm just talking
Try to
about
make it.
not being try to make it.
So you're saying
try
not
for
having a dad
success.
would tell you that you can't do it?
Not having a dad or just being a product of your environment.
Just
Either
being
one
a
of
fuck-
them.
yeah, being
I
a
don't think
fuck of
that should be a factor. Of course, you may be set back because you may not have the same reason as a nigga growing up in Bowie
for sure.
or something, but
I mean, who's ever
You can
left
still
in,
try.
I think the difference between a lot of people, who's ever left in your life when your dad leaves has to be instilling in you that, hey, look, you bigger than your circumstances.
That's true.
I think that, if you don't, I mean, there are very few people that will look at it and look themselves in the mirror with nobody telling them they shit their whole life and say, fuck that, I'm gonna do it. And those are just defiant people anyway. Those are people that you say, don't jump off, they just gonna jump. But I think most people will probably need somebody in their corner to be like, listen, you gonna make it, you can do anything you want to do, shit like that, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think people need it.
No, I think people. I just
think-
said that.
I don't
I just
think
said.
people
I don't
need
think
it.
I
think
need it.
I
I
just
feel
said
like
that.
it is good.
Some
It's
people.
good.
Some
It's
people
good.
are naturally just going to go against the grain. It's just like
right.
they're almost going to take it personal. If you want to tell me I can do something, then fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, right,
and I think
I'ma
some
do it.
people need to. I think some people need in the back of their mind to have that moment where somebody was like, you know what, I see that shit in you. You got some light in you, bro.
Now I get what you're saying, but I just don't want I feel like anybody that's watching or anything especially if it's young black men. But if you don't have that,
But that's,
don't make that. I'm saying, don't make that the reason.
But this is
don't make that the reason why.
you telling them the shit. I'm saying so imagine if someone never heard that shit before. Now you telling them, and now they got something.
I barely heard it though.
Hey,
But you
listen,
heard it though.
Anybody out there watching, it don't matter where you from. It don't matter.
Sometimes I remember some stuff shit I heard one time in my life.
I remember
sometimes,
that
you know what I'm
too,
saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm not sitting up here saying you need to be told that shit every day, but it's like
No,
sometimes.
I'm just saying, bro, as a black man to another black man that's older than me, younger than me, it don't matter what circumstance you come from, just want more for yourself.
Right, want more and
Once
put
you
effort.
And once you want more for yourself and you realize that you gotta work for it, I think you'll start to take a different path. I think niggas will start taking a different path because a nigga that just want quick money, bro, he gonna go out there and he gonna get it done in the streets. Versus somebody that's thinking long term, he like, bro, I don't wanna be in the streets all my life. I'm gonna go.
And
I ain't saying you gotta go to college or none of that bullshit. I'm saying just try to go a different route. Be different.
Do you think that it comes from having to have a self-worth, like a self-value? You value.
Yeah.
You think that you're worth more than being in jail.
Yeah, feel like
I think so,
just
yeah.
be confident in yourself and know when you look at
the CEOs.
Yeah, when you look at, and I'm not even talking about, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of people that's making it in rap and stuff like that, athletes. But don't make anybody make you believe that that's the only way a black person gonna make something.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what they really try to show you, man. They really try to show you that, bro. If you're not a rapper or an athlete and you black, like, you can't be no CEO, you can't be no executive. But, bro, it's black billionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Smith.
And look at Jay-Z, bro. Jay-Z started rapping at what, 26?
26.
Come on, bro. 26 years old, like, bro, you closer to 30 than you are 20. And he just took something, was in the streets, took something and ran with it. He's a black billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can say whatever they want about him, but you can't take nothing away from him. But it's just like, bro, the nigga was in the streets. Like, just look at yourself and say, I can do more than this, or I can be more than this, than with the situation that I'm in right now. You know what I'm saying? And love yourself.
Of course, and I think that you also have to, be in a situation where you have that idea of yourself and that high standing of yourself, and you don't let society or anybody kind of convince you otherwise. 'Cause I think that a lot of times it's a battle. I think a lot of times people don't understand it. Like, it's almost a constant battle with trying to, deal with society's expectations of who they think you should be versus who you know you should be. You know what I'm saying? I think that sometimes people might look at you or me or Dorian and might think that, oh, he's this way or he's that way, and you gotta and God forbid these people have power over you. Now you're in a situation where you gotta fight the powers that be to try to get the shit that that's real.
I think also I think people need to question more. Yeah. Have more questions. Right, like, don't just take what somebody say and then just say, okay, that's how I'm supposed to be. Like, even if your mother tell you, bro, you ain't gonna ever be shit, you gonna be in jail, you gonna end up dead, you gonna end up like your father, whatever it is, right? Bro, like, have questions. Like, be like, well, what if it ain't gotta be like that? Like, what if I can be this or be that? You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, and this is kind of on topic, but it's kind of on topic, bro. Like, this some bullshit I would never listen to in my life. The job that I recently came from, the damn manager gonna tell me, and I told you this, bro. The damn manager gonna tell me, I think I was like in a disciplinary meeting or something like that. I'm 22 years old. She told me, yeah, I'm not gonna say the company. This company is such a good company. Well, you can stay here, cause I told them straight up. This is how I was in the dealership, and I said I was, you know what I'm saying, I was doing real estate.
Trying to make some moves.
They asked me one day like what I wanted to be. I said I'm gonna be an owner of one of these properties one day. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah, you can stay here till you're like 30 and then be an entrepreneur. Bro, like, do you get how dumb you sound right now, bro? You telling a 22-year-old to stay at a damn company that they don't even like, that they don't even want to be at, that's not going to take them where they want to go, to stay there for eight more years. It's like, bro, if I was weak-minded and I just let people just say shit to me, bro, I would have been like, damn, maybe I should stay here till I'm 30. Fuck out of here.
I think that as you get older, you understand that a lot of people, and I'm not going to say most people, I think a lot of people live their lives a certain way, and they kind of view other people's lives through that same lens.
If I
worked my whole life, had moderate success, and genuinely happy and stuff like that, I would want the same for this kid or something like that. And they might give you advice that might be hindrance and maybe mirrors what they did, and it's just like, you have to know what your plan is. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, exactly.
It's like, don't necessarily take offense to it. Like, when I would hear shit like that, and of course, especially when you're like the young kid in the office, it's like,
I'm always the youngest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm always the youngest.
It's like they might say, oh, like, yeah, you might have fusion and stuff like that, but I think, hey, look, I got that's cool. That's cool for you. I got my own path that I'm trying to make. But appreciate your advice. But I don't necessarily get mad. I never really got upset because I understood, like, that's just what worked or what they did. Maybe not even work for them. But
it wasn't a thing of me getting upset.
Right.
It was just a thing of,
it sounds so ridiculous.
It sounds so ridiculous in my brain. It's just like, bro, you really just said that. But it wasn't a thing of me being upset. That's her.
Okay.
And I respect that. Like, if that's the path that you, by all means, do that. You know what I'm saying? I got no issue with that. Right. I was just speaking to anybody that maybe not had their own mind. If I didn't have my own trajectory of where I know I can go, I probably would have listened to that. Like, if I was the type of person to say, bro, I'm gonna stay at a company for 15 fucking years, I would have listened to that. Damn, I could be for 8 more years. I would have listened to that knowing, bro,
I can have a job for 8 more years.
8 years, nigga. You know I'm gonna be in 8 years? Me putting it out there, like, when I say having, I mean like having like millions and millions, like tens of millions by the time I'm 30.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? Whoever believe it, it is what it is. But I'm just saying that to say, like, to anybody that's watching, just have your own ideas. Like, don't just question, like, don't just let people just put their expectations on you and you feel like you have to, you know what I'm saying, go that way. Because, bro, it's so many ways. It's 2020, bro. Basically 2021. It's so many ways you can go nowadays, bro. It's so many ways out here that you can go. You can make phones. You can do whatever you want.
You know, definitely the difference between, you know, I feel like success and general contentment is probably just the overall sense of fulfillment, and that comes from chasing your dreams, and that comes from, you know, doing things that you set out to start and finish those things that you started. So I mean, that makes a lot of sense what you said of just saying like, hey, look, I have my own vision of what I want for my life.
For sure.
And I'm here as a point to help that vision along until it doesn't help that vision along. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know, I'm here, I might need a check right now, and that's what I'm doing, but in the overall, this is what I want to do in my life. And like I said, I think that it's important that, I think you have to remind yourself of that shit every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, you'll push that shit to the back burner for that, you know, okay, you know what, let me just focus on this job and make a little bit of money and shit like that for X, Y, Z. And then you get off track, and then you get off track. Then you look up 5-6 years later, and it's like, yo, what the fuck was I doing? Bro. People see things online like vision boards and things like that, and they don't really understand the purpose of it. I don't necessarily think that if I put a picture of a fucking yacht up there, I'm gonna magically materialize it, and my brain's gonna figure out ways. But I think that it is important to remind yourself of why you're getting up every single morning, what you're doing every single morning. Because, like I said, if it's not on the forefront of your mind, it can just get pushed to the back and pushed to the back and pushed to the back to where you don't even realize, like, fuck, it's been like 3, 4, 5 years since I even thought about what the fuck I wanted.
There's so many people out here that's had dreams or have dreams, and they'll never come. They're gonna die with those dreams because they literally never say, all right, this is the day, today. Like, not tomorrow, not next year, not when my kid turns 6. Not when I get married, not when I get a divorce, not when I got $1 million, no matter how much. You gotta start, like, just do it today. Start today. Like, whatever your dream is, bro, you gotta start right then and there. Because, like you said, if you don't, bro, it's so easy to get off track, get comfortable in your job or whatever the fuck you're doing.
Something I either read or heard a long time ago, they said that greatness is a purposeful journey, and mediocrity just comes. Like, you can pass a true or false quiz by guessing and get 50%, but you got to know everything to get the 100. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like you have to attack that $1 million goal and the house, all that stuff, the beautiful wife. You have to pursue that actively. You know, but if you want to be mediocre, you just live your life, go party and shit. Like, it'll happen, it'll come upon you.
Just make sure you get to work on time.
What's up?
Just get to work on time. Make sure you do your job. That's it.
Fuck, you find another job. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that, you know, a lot of times people think that there is like when they have dreams and shit, there is like an exact day when it dies, and it's like, no, it's every day. It's real quiet. You know, you don't really feel it. You know, you wake up one day and you're fucking 35 and shit, and you're like, what the fuck? That's why niggas get men like crisis and buy Corvettes. It's just like, oh shit, nigga,
yeah,
like,
nigga, I ain't do this all this.
Oh my god,
yeah.
like, what the fuck? You know, but it's not a certain day where it's just like, you know, they got the little movie and shit, nigga trying to make it to league, break his ankle, one doing tryouts and shit. It ain't always like that, you know what I'm saying? So man, you know, I think that, you know, getting that word out there, that, you know, and it's something that definitely I learned, you know.
Let me just say this. I'm gonna just say this, like, I'm gonna speak to the camera again, like, if you are one of those people that's having trouble, like, figuring stuff out, I feel like just start with your brain, like, start with your mind. Start with what you feed in your mind. Like, if you watching YouTube, bro, stop just watching bullshit. Like, stop just watching music videos or whatever. Like, it's so much information you
stop
can get.
Stop watching young boy videos.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Like, stop doing that. Go change what you feed in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, just change that. And once you change your mindset and you commit to that, bro, you can only go up. Because people, I think that's what's gonna make or break you, your mindset. Because you got one person over here that say, I ain't gonna never be this, I ain't gonna never be that. That's the movie shit. And you got a nigga like us that's gonna be like, nigga, fuck out of here. Like, bro, I'm gonna get an 812. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm gonna be a billionaire. Like,
you gotta believe.
You gotta believe, and truly, like, don't just say this shit. Like, really, like, believe it, and like.
And when you believe this shit, it's funny, you know. It's like you move different. Like people
Nah,
don't
for
understand
sure.
that you move different. You know, when you really believe something in your heart, that's why faith is so important. Because it's one thing to think some shit, but when you believe some shit,
And know some shit.
it's like in your DNA.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Believe is what made fucking Christians fight wars. You know what I'm saying?
for
Like
sure,
they believe
for
they
sure.
shit was right.
Yeah,
Man, they was
for
about to
sure.
die on this shit. If they didn't start their shit was right, they'd be like, oh yeah, man, you know them Jews ain't too bad. like you know what I'm saying? Was Jesus? I mean, I saw Jesus take a shit. I don't think you know what I'm saying. It'd be stuff like that, you know. But it's just like belief and faith versus just thinking some shit is the difference a lot between bringing what's in your mind to the world. You know.
Nah, for sure. It's for real. For a manifestation, it's so real.
I don't think the Jews and Christian fans, like Muslims, but whatever.
You say what?
No, I was
Still
just
talking about the dead.
I was
shit.
just like, wait a minute, did I say Jews and Christians? I would just say Christians and Muslims, Crusades, anyway. But definitely, yeah, just having that, you were talking about, believing in shit. I'm like, yo, there's a difference between thinking that you can shit and, but like really, like, not, like it's almost like you know the shit.
No,
like,
for sure. Because it's like even though like it didn't work out how I planned it to, but like when I first came to the dealership, I stood up and I said I was gonna get my real estate license, shit like that. Nigga, I was a realtor.
Yeah.
I sold houses, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I really did that shit.
did
Like,
that shit.
it didn't work out to be what I really wanted, but it was a stepping stone.
Oh,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And if anything, you just check it off your list for sure.
Exactly,
It's
nigga. I
just
did the shit, nigga. What? How many? Like, bro, I sold houses and really like clothes. You know what I'm saying?
I saw
Like,
that shit.
and y'all might not think because y'all see a nigga just in hoodies all the time or whatever, but like, bro, I was a whole real estate agent, bro. Like my first house that I sold, and I think I was probably like 20. I was like 20, bro. My first like house that I sold, I made like $6,000-$7,000. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, nah.
and I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That money gone, but I'm saying that to say like I had it in my brain. I wanted to do it. I did it. I didn't end up liking it, but I still did it.
Yeah, but
I would have never known that I didn't like it.
I think that goes
You know
too.
what I'm saying?
I think that goes too with what you're talking about. What you feed your brain. It's just like if you didn't know it was possible to do that shit, you
Right.
probably would never even formulate your plan to do it. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying. If you don't subject yourself to the ability or subject yourself to the possibilities of certain things, it's like you're not even in the mindset to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone told me, yeah, you could invest in a house for $2,500. If I didn't know that information, like nigga, I would never even. Why the fuck would I even have $2,500? You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's like I don't even see the importance in it. You know what I'm saying?
You'd have blew that.
And I think that a lot of time in the community, like we don't really understand like how important that shit is. Like like when someone call you and you can make a move and make a money move like that, and you got it, it's like okay, that's the reason why you don't blow it the whole year. You know what I'm saying? But I think that with the access to YouTube and shit like that, we definitely are more open. Like I mean, you talking to me about options. Like when the fuck, like seriously though, it's just like last year. Like, did you know what that shit was?
I don't know.
You might have had an idea.
Yeah, I might have had an idea.
But like now you're actively researching it.
You wouldn't
Y'all
even
wouldn't
sitting
even
there having a conversation.
Right.
about it.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, like when I was just sitting here, like don't get me wrong, I know stocks and I put money in stocks and shit, but I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Right.
So like I still don't even really know.
Right.
But I just was sitting here listening to y'all. Like I'm sitting here learning some shit right now.
And I'm fucking teaching somebody about some shit. Like nigga, I'm like, yo, a year ago, nigga, I'm like, don't fucking talk to me about that shit. Like, I guess I want to do it, but it's just like, I mean, I'm confident what the fuck I'm telling this nigga. Like, I feel like I'm giving him good advice. So it's just, one what Leak said as far as, what you subject your brain to, and then two, just definitely having the belief that it's worth it. And, that's what's going to keep you ready in the meantime. Like, the opportunity might not pop up when you fucking first think about it, but it's just like, what's gonna keep you ready? What's gonna keep you fucking exercising? What's gonna keep you in the ring? So when they call you for that fight, you know what I'm saying, you ready. Versus we gotta be like, oh shit, let me try.
Give me 30 days.
Oh, sorry, buddy,
Wait
it's
till
passed.
next
You know what I'm saying? So
also, I'm gonna just say this one more thing, and I'm pretty much like, I think of the consequences of not following your dreams, or not chasing your dreams. Like it's like either, all right, it's like if I win. Like, let's say your goal is to be a millionaire, whatever, right? I do this right now, and if I win, like I'm working at this shit and I win, I may make $1 million, right?
right.
But if I don't do this, and I don't, bro, I'm gonna be the same nigga forever. Like, I'm gonna work a job all my life, or you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be broke, or like, I'm gonna just be mediocre. If that is painful, if that's painful to you, like, if thinking that, make it painful, because then you look at it like, bro, I can't even I can't even think like that.
I don't even like talking.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even like talking like that.
I don't even like talking around. I don't even like being around people that like talk like that. Like this is just how it is. I like get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me, bro. Oh,
yeah,
bro. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, real life. Get out.
I can't even talk. That can't even enter my brain right now.
Yeah, I don't
and it's so many people that talk like that. They be like, man, that's just how it is. Like this is life.
No, man, bro. I ain't trying to hear that junk, man. You know, and
or people that be like, that's not realistic. Bro, shut your
realistic, bro. We got Instagram models making hundreds of $1,000s on OnlyFans. Like, stop playing with me, bro.
Exactly my point.
Don't tell me what's realistic. And that it wasn't even that big last year. You know what I'm saying? It's a shorty that's a millionaire from like feet pics.
Bro, like everything. I hate that. I hate people say that's not realistic. Like, oh, being a millionaire not realistic. Being a billionaire, that's not real. That's not realistic. Bro, shut the fuck up. That sounds stupid.
I think, you know, and that's kind of what you were talking about. There's a lot of people don't realize there's an opportunity cost to not doing or not living your dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When you working at a job and barely scraping by for years and years and years, those years you never gonna get back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you never gonna get them years back.
You chasing money, you get your money back anytime.
Right.
You never gonna get time back.
If I never chose to dive into stocks and stuff like that, like I might be in a situation where I'm in a pinch for fucking money right now. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, like with the government stopping what they doing and all this type of stuff, I might be in a desperate situation if I didn't do what the hell I said I was gonna do.
Right.
And that's real shit. That's not no millionaire stuff. That's like, yo, I might be broke right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so there's just
that was too painful for you to even think about.
Right.
So you did what
like,
you had to do.
I was just like, yo, I'm gonna fucking try.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try.
And you won.
You know?
Yeah,
like real talk. So I think that, you know, it has to be known out there that there is not only consequences for trying and failing, but there's consequences for not trying at all.
Yeah, not trying at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it might not seem that.
I think
that
the
crazy.
consequences for not trying at all might be worse than failing.
Exactly.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Bro, for sure.
Because, I mean, if we're failing, we'll at least get a lesson out.
Right, it'll teach you.
We're not
and
trying.
you can get up and keep going.
Not trying,
Right.
you'll literally never
Not
know.
trying. You don't even
You'll
know.
be stuck in the same spot.
Exactly.
Y'all ever seen that picture? Or, and this is kind of go to what I'm trying to say. You ever seen that picture like on Instagram with a nigga, like it was two people, right? And it was
Talking
like,
about with the diamond mines?
Yeah, the diamond mines.
Yeah,
He was right there,
the
bro.
left and the oven.
Yeah, bro, he was right there. Like he was right there. All he had to do was just keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep trying. So it's like never give up either. Like just keep going. Like, cause you never know when it's gonna hit.
And then you don't know what's gonna crack for you.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you'll see all this stuff on Instagram. It's like, go do this, go in the forex, go in the stocks, and that might not work, and that might not work, but you might see a video of a wholesale, you try that, and you just a wholesale ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like, oh, this is my shit.
That just could have been for you, like, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? But you ain't gonna never know that if you don't be, you know what I'm
Get
saying?
out there, and now you learn, like, you know what, I like stocks, but I ain't like this part of it, or I like forex, I ain't like this part of it. Let me try this because it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit, this is my shit right here. This is what I should have been doing. You know what I'm saying?
And just cause something worked for somebody else don't mean it's gonna work for you either.
Exactly. It ain't nothing
So you
wrong
gotta
with
just
that.
keep trying to figure out what's for you.
Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong with that for sure.
And be committed.
Yeah, man. I think that that's a little bit of the wrap up session of just updating with my guys here. Just last comment, guys. Anything you want to put out there?
Subscribe to Tycoon TV.
Oh, new channel.
New channel.
Yeah, go check out
Subscribe to
Tycoon TV.
man. Young Tycoons. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what the word means, look it up.
Alright, man. Well, I'm Hadim. This been check after check, man. Like and subscribe. We're definitely gonna have a lot of episodes coming for you all in the future. So I know I've been off, but we're back on it.